Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, the talking Neo Mauler Webbing. Today we're going over the JAKL, and no, not the snipers from Halo that would just absolutely canoe you on Legendary. We're going over the JAKL from Palmetto State Armory. Contact front! Continue. Today we're going over the PSA JAKL from, well, you guessed it, PSA. So this gun is a 13.7 long stroke gas piston system rifle that PSA came out with, I believe, in 2020. When they first debuted, I will say, I remember seeing photos of them. I wasn't at SHOT Show yet, and I remember being like, okay, who cares, right, whatsoever. I don't really care about anything like that. Fast forward to now, and the JAKL has evolved a bit. PSA has developed the gun to a point where I actually think it's pretty cool. Now, I was excited to get my hands on this one based off looks alone. So essentially what this video is, it's a quick overview of the PSA JAKL from one man's perspective, that man being myself. So what you should do is take everything I do and say with a grain of salt and do your own opinion and research and formulation, because I am just one idiot on the flat range having a good time shooting guns. So that's my disclaimer, as well as what is my relationship to PSA. I believe Grantham does an excellent job at disclaimers. Ooh, my light. My relationship is I got into bed with them in the sense that I like what they did. Out of all the companies at SHOT Show this last year, I was most excited for what they were doing. So I've kind of grown close to them, and they'll send me rifles, and they are my ammo sponsor thanks to AAC. Arming America with ammunition is mega base. Thank you, AAC. Wow, what a segue, what a segue. What a plug, what a plug. As well as I have a link with them, a link that doesn't get used often if I'm being honest, which is kind of a bummer. What are you doing with that light? You're gonna get us killed. Are you my relief from headquarters? Where's your night vision? Where's your thermals? Do you have any? Oh, shit. Hey, what's that over there? Gentlemen, there's no question that the modern battlefield is changing. The advent of new technologies has been a nightmare to watch on the rectangle square of death known as our smartphones. All the footage coming out of the near-peer conflict in the East really shows what will really be necessary in the next conflict. There is equipment over there really showing their worth. Equipment such as heat sensory devices. Now, I'm using a particular word so I don't get struck down by the YouTube overlords. Now, a new company that I was recently made aware of is going to be this company, PARD. Yeah, they are paying me for a sponsorship slot, but it's kind of like TV, and it's one of those things where I can make you the end consumer aware of their product. This is what they initially sent me. I was hoping for a little bit more militaristic optic, but this thing seems like a wet dream for hunters. I think it's their TD32. The thing is pretty impressive for what it is so far. Granted, guys, I'm not a thermal expert. I have a platform, and they want me to share that platform with you guys. That's the transparent honesty. But I like more options for you guys, the end consumer. I think that these type of devices are going to show their true worth. So if there are more of companies making them, then to me, that's a good thing. If they're willing to pay me for advertising space, that's also a great thing, because that means I can keep making content. Thanks, PARD. Now this thing is, like I was saying, a wet dream for hunters. It has this really long magnification, a recording setting, and it has the PIP overlay, so you can either have your visual or your heat sensory setting. One thing that I will say is that this doesn't really seem my speed. I would rather have a more dedicated militaristic style looking heat sensory device, a little bit more compact on the gun itself. This is a really big thing, but if you're a hunter, I could really see its appeal. So a big thank you to Pard for sponsoring this part of the video, and I greatly appreciate it, guys. More options to you is a good thing. Gentlemen, we also have to thank Bullet Safe Armor. Now, with armor, it's a subject that is rather delicate, so I will say that they are an option out there, and they are not the only option, but they are an option that exists. And I wanted to thank them for entrusting me with showing them off to you guys because, well, I'm a little bit reckless when it comes to stuff like this. Well, it stopped them. Took 6 rounds of .357 Magnum to the chest and did okay. Rated for 44 Magnum. Big thank you to those guys for being a sponsor of the video. How many 5th graders, if you had to fight them at once, using only hands and fists, you think you could take on? 20. 20? I bet you got more. Oh, I would fatal funnel them down. It'd be like the passive thermopylae. I would easily just dome rock like 100 of them. What's the TLDR? So TLDR, this gun, in my opinion, is for people that don't want an AR-15, they don't want an AK, and they want something different on a budget. The JAKL is a really interesting gun in the sense that it is so new to the existence of the world that it really only lives on the civilian marketplace for Americans. So we got a lot to talk about. Okay, so gun's super simple. We'll go over the simplified version of the gun, and then I'll give you the speed run of all the details that are on the website that you're too lazy to go read. Working from the tip that you can't see right now, but you'll see later in B-roll. So on the tip, we have a JMAC muzzle device there, and then with the barrel, we have this thick government profile barrel, which adds a lot of weight. We have the adjustable gas system right here. Ooh, that's hot. We have the half-pick hemlock rail. Then we have our charging handle over here with the JAKL. Fire control group is just like that of an AR-15 because it's an AR-15 lower. And then we have the folding stock. And then we have the nice monolithic top rail, which is part of the appeal of the gun for all your lasers and holding zeros, which guys like that for the monolithic crowd. Now for the detail speed run, long stroke gas piston operating system, 8620 front trunnion, 4340 carrier, 7 lug shot peen Carpenter 158 bolt, a monolithic 6105 receiver, hard coat anodized, 13.7 inch 556 NATO nitride 4150 V chrome moly steel barrel, twist rate is gonna be 1 7, thread pitch gonna be 1/2 by 28 inches, JMAC custom GFHCER muzzle device pin and weld. The JMAC name for that muzzle device is ridiculous. It's GFHCE, GFHCE, GFHCE. JMAC, come on, man. Why can't you just call it like muzzle device number 2 or something like that? Partial Picatinny black lower handguard, F5 MFGE modular stock system for PSA JAKL flat dark earth, Magpul MOE SL grip, flat dark earth Cerakote finish, and a black knurled charging handle. And it came with a Magpul PMag. I'm not Rain Man.
Who is this guy?
I can't memorize everything. I have to reference my notes. I don't know how some of you guys do it. Some guys are just great at memorizing. I'm not that guy. So, details out of the way. People get mad at me for not mentioning details. Let's talk about what I like and what I don't like. The internals and the gun itself is reminiscent of like the AK internals meets the AR-18, AR-15 internals, like the bolt and the long stroke gas piston system. And then the external is kind of like the ACR we have at home, if I'm being honest. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just if you want the real McCoy, it's not a real ACR, but it has the F5 stock, which that's a big deal because the F5 stock is probably one of the most aesthetically pleasing stocks on the market. I'm a big simp for it. I'm pretty open about that. Any gun that typically has the F5 or the ACR style stock, you know what? It gets my goat. It gets my goat, and it typically ends up on the channel for me to show off to you guys. The 13.7 inch barrel, which is pin and weld, it feels shorter than a normal 16 inch barrel, of course. That's not pin and weld because it is. And you still get a good ballistics with that 13.7 as opposed to dropping down to like a 10.5 or a 10.3. 11 inches, still pretty solid. Now what we'll do is we'll show off the barrel's accuracy from 100 meters on a grouping on paper. Let's go check out those results, the administrative results. Oh. You know, I'm not happy with that grouping, but it's all A-zone hits, which is cool, about 100 yards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got our 5 hits on target. It's about a big hand breadth apart. We're also using the aim point duty RDS 2M08 dot on top of an LMT carry handle. I do as I please. Now you're probably wondering, wow, that's a really weird setup. I don't think I've ever seen someone set up a JAKL so weird. You know what's funny is I got the inspiration to do a carry handle on this from one of Mike's guy or Grantham's guys. Kenny had a carry handle on his SIG MCX, and I thought that was pretty funny, and I wanted to meme that and kind of steal his idea. So Kenny, this one's for you. We can try again. We'll go for the head, see what we get again. Why is the earth so sharp in Arizona? Unforgiving. Let's go for the head. You know, the charging handle doesn't reciprocate, but it does bounce around in the sense that I had my thumb resting on it and I felt a little bit of boop, like a little pushback, and I was scared. I was like, ooh, there goes my thumb, dude. It's so over. It's not a fun feeling when you're about to lose, like when you think you're gonna lose your thumb. All right, let's go check out the outcomes. Managerial, wrong channel, gotcha. You know, I love the idea of like your wives or girlfriends sitting next to you guys watching this, and they ask you, why do you watch this dummy? Why do you watch this idiot? It's a good question. Why do you? Let me know in the comment section down below. All right, aim small, miss small, I guess. If the grouping was getting tighter, I just missed 2 out of the 5 shots. So I got 1, 2, 3. A much tighter grouping, all from the prone. No other supporting sandbag or bench rest or anything like that, just me proned out. That's what I got, so it's gotta be a shooter. It's about the Indian, not the arrow, I guess. Take this, Master Chief.
Headshot.
A lot of other guys were complaining about the barrel weight. It's a thick barrel, okay? So it's a government profile barrel. It just gets so thick towards the end, and a lot of guys are complaining about the front weight. And I can really honestly see it now after loading it up with light laser and a silencer. The weight of the front end has become exuberantly heavy. So I work out a lot. I'm not like a bodybuilder, but I work out a lot, and just shouldering the gun and then holding it becomes very strenuous on the arm. A lot of that weight is out towards the front. Now, granted, it's a rather large dead air can, and that adds to the weight drastically. The gun itself is very front heavy. There's like no weight in that F5 stock compared to the front, so the balance isn't awesome. When you're shooting it though, it's not that bad. You know, we can do a little quick recoil demonstration because I got nothing but time. Overall, the gun performed for what we did to it. It performed rather well. Only towards today did we start to get some malfunctions. I ran a few different combat loadouts through it. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, as far as reviews go, not that much ammo. It's not like I'm not spamming, min-maxing 20,000 rounds for this thing. But with the dead air can on there, and then we ran this thing all suppressed for the majority of the shooting. Now, suppressed shooting has more wear and tear on a gun, which is good for a review sense because it expedites the brutality of what I would do to a firearm over its lifespan. So the gun got nice and dirty, but on the lower part of this receiver, you can see a lot of the gases or the juice, that is carbon buildup, coming out from the gun. This is what the rounds themselves are looking after extended suppressor use for a data point, which isn't anything new. If you run a can, you know that your gun's gonna get dirty. It's just nature of the beast. So this is what it's looking like on the inside. That suppressor, it's getting juicy in there. A lot of carbon buildup. So it is cool to see that because there's always a talk of, you know, long stroke guns running cleaner. A lot of gas, a lot of carbon buildup inside the chamber, all throughout the lower receiver and the upper. We were not kind to it. When I got it out of the box, I never cleaned it. And the only malfunctions we got suppressed were going to be, I believe, from the gas tube not being on the right setting. The gas system I like a lot. It's really easy to adjust. You have the holes on it for leverage in case it does get real grimy. I hope it is the right way. No, that's the wrong way. That feels heavier. Oh, didn't even cycle because it's too low. Okay. It's fun playing with the gas settings. Oh. I loosened the gas block too much. Ugh. All right, so I loosened the gas block too much like a dummy. Now coming out today, we were only shooting unsuppressed. We had some more issues, which is a little concerning. I don't know if it was a magazine issue. The Stanags I'm running today, they have been used and abused, so I don't know if that was leading into effect of it. Now, the only ammo I have ran through it is the AAC ammo, the 77 grain ammo. That is all the logisticals that went into it. So, had a few malfunctions. We had some double feeds today. That could be a magazine thing, that could be a gun thing. Tell me in the comments what you think it was. So the gun is dirty. What I plan to do towards the end of the video is I want to see how this thing does when we really grime it up, when we really make it dirty. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do a Arizona trench warfare desert test. So stick around for the end. So one thing that may not be fair to it is I'm not a big fan of the safety selector on the gun, that it comes out of the box. It's a very mushy safety selector. There's no snap to it. Trigger, I'm expecting just a mil-spec trigger. It's nothing of note. Already swapped that bad boy out too, bad boy counter. Very mushy selector. Compared to, on other AR-15s that I have, a much snappier selector. Way snappier. So, maybe I'm just spoiled to that aspect, but it does matter to me. It's an out-of-the-box thing, probably just swap it out. The thing I don't like the most is the charging handle. It wiggles as it is. I think that's something that PSA needs to fix, but if that's the worst thing, then it still looks good. It still looks like a proper charging handle. I mean, compared to the other AR-180 ACR knockoffs that we see on the market, this is probably one of the best. It's not really fair to say. It's kind of like the gun tube guy saying ACR at home, right? It's kind of like a meme, but that's kind of annoying. The PSA, who is that? Who is that?
Me again. How are you?
What's up, dude? How you doing?
Pretty good.
To help me go over the JAKL for this bit, we got my buddy Nick. Nick is a prior Marine / law enforcement, fellow former pig now. Does it feel good to be free?
Yeah, it feels good to break those chains.
Did you guys know that the officer's duty pistol is a taxpayer-funded item, which technically means it is public property? You can borrow it as you see fit.
What was it? I'm trying to shoot a drill.
All right, so Nick had a great idea. We'll do some drills real quick. We'll do a failure drill, 2 to the chest, 1 to the head and or groin, penis area on you. Beep. All right, what we get? Do we count this one? I mean, we're so close, I feel like it shouldn't count.
Technically, yeah, it counts, because if that's going in, that's gonna probably hit the spinal cord.
Spinal.
And it's gonna shut the nervous system down.
Nick is very nice. He is feeling nice today. Shooter, are you ready?
Hold on.
Stand by, beep. God dang, what was up with that muzzle flash?
I have the flamethrower turned on. I just watched your video.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right, check it out. You went for the dick.
I hit him right in the head of the PB.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And then I stacked those rounds right there.
Nice, dude. Very nice. Should we do a bill drill?
Shooter, stand by.
Beep. Ah, I got hung up on that last round. Technically, they're all A zones. 6. Stand by. Beep. That was slow, bro. Oh, you just wanted to finish him off, didn't you?
He was moving still.
Yeah.
Quit resisting.
Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Sir, get down. Sir, get down. Sir, get down. All right, next drill. We're gonna do a 1R1.
Yep, on steel.
On steel. All right, let me stage it. 1R1 for Mr. Botkins.
Shooter, stand by. Beep.
Oh, well, I lost already. Turns out my hold wasn't that high. I want to redo.
To be fair, it's dark and you throw on sunglasses.
Train how you fight, dude. You gotta fight looking cool.
You're gonna fight in the club or Walmart wearing sunglasses at 11:30.
I'm gonna be on the Slizzurp.
Yeah.
I'm on that purple drink, dude. Feeling that lean. All right.
Sure, stand by. Beep.
I think you'll beat me.
I need to borrow a mag.
My mags weren't dropping free.
All right.
So you ready?
Yep.
Stand by. Beep. Speed, 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 speed.
Oh.
Speed.
All right, that was my first run.
Everyone gets a mulligan. Gets a mulligan.
Trash.
Stand by. Beep. Nice.
Gas.
Much cleaner.
Gas to the face. You got Scavenger Pro turned on with that loadout?
I do, bro. It's got 8 mags, that's it. 2 liters of water, 8 mags, 2 smokes, binos.
Any gummy bears?
What?
Gummy bears?
No gummy bears.
We gotta have gummy bears.
No, I meant to load it with snacks, but I didn't. Scenario. You're fighting on the planet Arrakis with your trusty JAKL, and you are in the dirt trenches of Azerbaijan, and you have dropped your gun as the desert worm Shai Hulud engulfs your position. And your gun gets covered in sand. A sacrifice to the desert god, Shai Hulud. The Bene Gesserit have done all they can here. Your forthcoming has been prophesied. What a terrible channel this is to just make up these tests out of nowhere. Oh, I'm a gun tuber. Let's throw dirt on a gun. I'm an idiot. Scenario 2, you can't find your gun. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where did it go? Is that it? I think I found it. Oh, shake it free of all its debris. Oh no, the Harkonnens are here. Will it function? Nope. Too easy. Thank you, long stroke gas piston system. All right, pass this test. Now we see about the next test. Scenario 2. You are in Azerbaijan, and the rare occasions when it does rain, it monsoons. It rains heavy. And the rains of the monsoon are here. The gods favor you. They bless you with the sacrifice of water. Thank you, sky gods. Oh no, where'd my rifle go? You must get a fresh coat, because it dries quickly on Azerbaijan. As you fight in the trenches of Azerbaijan, you recover your rifle. You quickly, as hastily as you can, cover it off. Oh no, the Harkonnens are here. They're brutal. Oof. All right, let's up that gas system. Oh, my eyes are burning from the sweat. Yeah, well, up that gas system and it ran it on smooth. Thing is caked. I mean, the outside's caked. Seemed like the inside managed to stay relatively clean. I'll give it that. All right. As far as a terrible admin test, I think it did okay. I remember when Mike did his mud test, his Garantha mud test, and they were giving him crap like, when would your gun ever get that dirty? And then seeing pictures of like CZ Brins coming back from the trenches of Ukraine, they're all caked in mud. So trench warfare, that's when you'll see it. Oh, if you find it, you can keep it. We've shot the gun for a bit, running around. In my opinion, right, so the gun has a lack of intrinsic value in the sense that it's not a conflict tested gun. It's not really in any sort of video games. There's not a lot of pop culture on it, so it's a very new gun to the market. We'll see if it shows up in any pop culture. With this look, I think it has the best chance, and or if they outfit it to look even cooler. But I don't know if it will because it's just so new. I hope it does. I hope it'd be cool for PSA. For the sake of this, it's kind of like, we shall see. It passes the vibe check, it is cool. It could use some more refinement, just a little bit. I think it's on its way to becoming a very cool platform. I don't know to what level it's gonna be seen or used in the future, if it will end up in conflicts, getting you know, conflict experience. But for now, it is a fun addition to the arsenal if you have the means. If you are balling on a budget, I would typically usher you to a more affordable DI system or a direct impingement system, aka the AR platform. Reason being is AR is being much cheaper and reliable for the price point and a lot more logistically supportive. This, PSA is a big company, so they have a lot of logistics to support it. They'll have a good customer service. But I mean, this is a price point thing. So overall, not too shabby. If the world was ending, would I grab this gun first? Probably not. Would I like to have this as like a maybe dedicated truck gun? Yeah, I could see that. I think this would be a higher tier of the truck gun class. I think it'd be something cool like that. Another option in your arsenal if you have the means, you know? So in conclusion, gun passes the vibe check. I dig it. I mean, I am a gun guy, so naturally I'm gonna like most guns, so what are you gonna do? Well, gentlemen, this is a quick little look at the PSA JAKL, a weapon that is pretty freaking new as far as guns go. Design-wise, nothing new under the sun, but it is cool, and I like new stuff, and I like PSA. I like their mission of arming American citizens. I think that is mega based, so good on them. If you want to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, gentlemen, check out the links in the description down below. Everything to support the channel will be down there. Patreon merch, companies that sponsored the video. If you want to support the channel, gentlemen, Patreon is an excellent way to support the channel. There is early access to content behind the scenes, videos, a Discord, all this cool stuff going on, as well as merchandise, rock some administrative results swag. Let your mom know you are on track to finding a wife and making a bunch of babies, as well as all the other links listed in the description. So a big thank you to you guys for watching and making it this far. See you later, gentlemen. Oh, the channel, they sent it to me with, we have a JMac break on there. We have a JMac break on there with a really fucking motherfucker. I can't fucking talk. And if you use these for bloopers, you have to bleep out my cuss words. If the world was ending, would this be my, fuck? Why can't I talk, Colton? Oh? What's up, motherfucker?